Okay, in the 5 minutes since I just shot and uploaded another video today, Tuesday, April 7th, 2026, the wind has picked up and that guy has mowed his entire yard on some kind of stand-up lawnmower. I don't think he can possibly be through, so you may get lawnmower noise here underneath the audio. I apologize. So before I collected Kenner Star Wars toys, I actually had a few products from Kenner already. I've dug these out of storage. 6M $M, the $6 million man collection. And this address on this box is my old house number. So we've been in this house since Zach was about 4, maybe younger than that. So yeah, I want to say 2005 we moved into this house. So 20 plus years since I've opened this box, even though I talked about the contents of this box in some Toyaholic videos when I was in Mississippi. So when I found it the other day, it is still taped shut. So I doubt I have been in this box in longer time than that. I think it just got moved around a few times and contents were not checked the last time it was moved to here. So I'm going to do these videos. I don't have a lot of space on my phone right now, so I'm having to shoot and upload and shoot and upload. And I know kind of what I've got. I know I had Steve Austin. I know I had Maskatron. As a kid, I had this dual launch racing set on a 4-inch scale that I'm really hoping is in this box, but I'm not sure. And then later I bought a like a rocket ship, the recovery vehicle or something like bionic recovery vehicle, something like that, and a space suit for Steve Austin. Also, there was a blue denim suit that I bought for him of the outfits you'd buy for him. And as a kid, I had the extra mission arms. So let's just take a glance in there and kind of see what we're working with. But I did not have a complete collection of these. I just sort of had bits and pieces. I can already tell you what I'm looking at here. That's the bubble. When I bought the spacesuit outfit, it was still mint on the card. I bought that in the 90s, so that's where I sliced that off. This bag is accessories, including the mission control, the critical mission arms. And here is the air pump for the Bigfoot racer. Here's the one for the $6 million man racer. Here is the recovery vehicle, and inside of it looks like is Maskatron. Oh, he's missing a leg. So there he is. I'm gonna put him back in the case there for a second. Put you right there. Here is Steve Austin himself, still dressed in the spacesuit. And the backpack actually leaves you the option of doing the ratchet function with his arm, pushing the button, the red button on his back through a hole in the backpack. That's pretty cool. I bought this and this to use with Star Wars items for various photos that I was taking in the 90s. So, all right, set you down there. Here is the ramp for the dual launch racing set. And so you would pump the air, it would come up through these into the undersides of the vehicles, and when you were ready to race them, you would hit one lever that would remove the chocks from underneath both so that they would race forward. So that's pretty cool to still be in that good a condition this many years later. So here is Bionic Bigfoot's vehicle with Bionic Bigfoot on it. Interestingly enough, this toy predates the Star Wars line because Kenner themselves used a Bigfoot figure like this as the very first mock-up for the Chewbacca figure that would come later. Most of their mock-ups were made using Fisher-Price Adventure people, not this one. And here is the little vehicle called the Bionic Cycle with some of its stickers missing. The glass is still there, and it has the little Steve Austin figure in it. Let me see if I can get him out very carefully, popping the glass out. Ooh. All right. I did not care for this figure as much as Bigfoot. Bigfoot was bent at the elbows and straight at the legs. Steve Austin was the opposite, straight at the arms and bent at the knees. So, but this vehicle was like a miniature version of the Bionic Mission vehicle. Whoa. So put all these on the table together. I didn't have the Bionic Mission vehicle, but a neighbor of mine did. And I used to try to cut out things and tape them on with masking tape. I would cut them out of like the back of a legal pad, color them with markers or crayons, and then tape them on here to make it look more like the big vehicle for the 12-inch figures, 3 times as large. Because a neighbor of mine had that, so I'd seen it. I knew what it should look like, but I didn't ever have the big one. A few years ago, I was at a local antique shop, Renaissance is still there. Bellmead Antiques. It's about 10 minutes from here. And I was there one day, saw the big Bionic Mission vehicle. It was missing one of the red wings, and I wasn't sure what else it might be missing. They wanted $19 for it, and I was like, ugh, I gotta pass, you know. I'll do some research on it. I'll find out how cheaply I can find the missing parts for this, and then maybe I'll buy it. I have no packaging left except this for the Bionic Adventure Mission to Mars set. That's the outfit he's wearing right now. So there he is. And where's his blister at? So, poof. Now it would have just been the flat outfit, no figure in it, when you bought it. So it's not going to fit completely over him. And there was a little insert. That probably was the head of him that was inside the helmet. So, all right. And you can tell where it was actually sewn in place on there. I thought that was just a loose thread, but it goes around to the back. All right. So I'm at Bellmead. I see this Bionic Mission vehicle. I'm like, someday. Yeah, someday didn't happen because days later, Bellmead was blown away with tornadic winds. Not the entire building, but the roof was ripped completely off. And it sat there for a long time as they waited for their insurance adjustment. And eventually it did get completely razed to the ground. Little engine block for Steve Austin to lift there. His original red outfit. Then the blue outfit, the denim one. Then a white shirt that I think came with the mission arms. Here is one arm, one robotic arm for Maskatron. He also has humanoid arms. And the suction cup has completely separated off of that, as I suspected. It might have already been that way before I put it in here. But here's the rest of that. So I fully expected that to be messed up because I'd already taped it with masking tape ages ago to try to keep that on there. Oh, look who's creeping into the shot. So I got the other leg, the other robotic leg for Maskatron. Hi, you make a lot of noise on them leaves, you know. And then the humanoid arms for Maskatron, the other arm for Maskatron. This one will get its own separate video later. But this was a little claw arm that he had. And also, he had a hatch on his back to put his masks in. It was a living hinge, like on the Jawa Sandcrawler. And I'm hesitant to try to bend it right now. But you could store his masks inside his back, or you could also fit small Star Wars figures in there, as I may have mentioned before. Bionic Mission arms. This is the one with the gas mask, which is very rubbery and it looks like it's broken in at least one place. This was the karate chop arm, I think. Spring in that broke ages ago. And then this one, you could put a battery in and hit a button and it would light up red. I don't think that has worked in a long time. None of the roll-up skin is on these. And then here's the Oscar Goldman mask. And here is the Steve Austin mask that you could switch out for him. One time as a kid, this was laying in the floor and I put my knee on that sharp John Saxon nose right there. And it left an imprint in my flesh for a very, very long time. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tennis shoes in different colors. And this little thing that came with one of the sets, I think the blue denim outfit. Oh, and one of the cones for the race set. I think there used to be multiple cones, but that looks like all we've got in there. One sock. I don't have the other one from the original Steve Austin. And a little blue gun and a little orange watch that came with that set. So lots of teeny tiny pieces here. Oh, ever since I saw that one on Bellmead, I put one in my eBay saved search, and I got one for 10 bucks. It's in rough shape, but hey, it's got both red wings. So look what has happened to the glass on this one, which was warped on one side when I received it, and it's now kind of warping all the way through. But here is the big version, and here is the little version that I owned back then. Every blue part of this is missing. There should be blue pods here, a blue ring here, a blue thing there. The rest of the winch is missing. There's a button to activate it. The string is missing on the winch. So I got to figure out if there's a way to heat this and reshape it. But it looks like it's been concave for a while and it needs to be convex. But let's put a figure in it. Why don't we? The wind is picking up. Anyway, he's not wanting to bend at the hips with that fabric on him. But Bionic mission vehicle, nobody else bid on it. I can see why. But 10 bucks, I wasn't going to pass it up. The stickers look pretty good condition. Who knows, maybe if I find another cheap one that's got the rest of the parts, I can cobble one good one together. So, thank you for watching.